Do you ever feel like you're doing so much, but you're still disconnected from yourself? What if burnout isn't from doing too much, but it's from being in too much of one energy? Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another video. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we talk about bettering ourselves from the inside out. So if bettering yourself is something you're into, then hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video with me. Today, we're diving in to how to balance your feminine and masculine energy as a woman so you can feel grounded and magnetic and powerful in everything that you do. This is about wholeness, not hustle. When you align both energies and create this balance, you become unstoppable. So let's get into the video. I've broken this down into sections. So section 1. Understanding the two energies. You know when you feel feminine. You know when feminine energy is what somebody is radiating or it's what you're radiating. It's when you feel flow. You feel in the flow of this creativity. When you're, say, putting your makeup on, you're feeling beautiful and sensual, and maybe you're dancing a little bit to your music, or you're cooking your kids some breakfast and you're feeling it through your body. You got a little bit of the jazz on in the background, a little bit of music playing, and you're feeling incredible. You're feeling that flow energy. Another part of feminine energy is being creative. And I talk a lot about being connected to your creativity because I feel like it's so important, not only for staying in your femininity, but also for staying in your youth and staying in that snap, crackle, and pop in your brain. So being in that feminine flow is creative. Your creativity is expressed in so many different ways. You can be someone who cooks, you could be someone who draws or paints, someone who dances, moves her body. It could be part of organization. You're getting creative on how to organize an entire closet or a whole house. You're creative by making videos and content online, putting together outfits. So many different ways to express creativity with your feminine energy. Feminine energy is surrender. And I recently spoke about Sunday energy and how it feels very feminine. And I feel like, me personally, I see this as surrender. I see Sunday energy as surrender because not only are you using that energy to prepare for your whole week and get everything together, but also it's, like I said previously in my other video, is that it has this feeling of feminine energy and flow and surrender and relaxation and just knowing that like today is my day to surrender. It's emotion. It's feeling your emotions. We will get into masculine energy in just a minute, but when you're feminine, you're feeling your emotions. You're connected to your emotions. I went through a long time with feeling as if my heart chakra was very closed and I didn't allow myself to feel any of my emotions. I was very closed off, very cynical, and it felt as if I was blocking my own feminine energy. Another part of feminine energy is intuition. Women have a very strong intuition, and we as humans, we have intuition. Women's intuition is spoken about quite a bit because women's intuition is like no other. It's very strong when she's connected to her feminine energy, and your intuition can pop through and it gives you insights on certain things. Have you ever had a gut feeling? That gut feeling could potentially be connected to a higher reason. That's your intuition. Feminine energy is receptive. When you're in your feminine energy, you are receiving. You're in receiving mode. You receive gifts. You receive love. You receive abundance. You receive prosperity. You receive your emotions. When you're in your feminine energy, you're sensual. Your movements are sensual. Have you ever met a woman or seen a woman? The way she moves is just beautiful. It's sensual. It's sexy. Feminine energy is magnetic. When you're connected to your feminine energy, you are magnetic. Someone can walk into the room and you can be like, wow, that woman is beautiful. She might not be like standard beautiful. She might have a different look to her. And you're like, wow, she is gorgeous and she has this energy about her that's just so magnetic. That is the feminine energy. Your feminine is your radiance. Your softness is not a weakness, it's alchemy. Now, on the other side, we have masculine energy, We have both. Humans have both. We have masculine and we have feminine energy. Women naturally go into a more dominant feminine energy. However, nowadays especially, there is a lot of men who are dominant in their feminine, and there is a lot of women who are dominant in their masculine. And I think it's very important for this video for us to create this idea that it's okay to balance and lead with one in certain situations and lead with the other in another situation. For example, if you are at work and you're the CEO of a large company, or you're just whatever, you're at work, you know that you have to step into your masculine energy, because masculine is doing, it's being aggressive, it's being exertive, it's making action, right? It's taking action. So when you get home and you're spending time with your loved ones, your family, your friends, you are in feminine mode. You're nurturing, you're receiving love from them, you're giving love to them, but in a way that feels very sensual and it feels very loving and emotional. So that is the difference between the two. There's a time and place for everything. Masculine energy is structure. It's very much structure, it's logical, it's action and direction. This is the example of going to work or having to be the head of household. You have a little bit more of this masculine energy because you know that you have to kind of step into that role and step into more of an action-based lifestyle. It is clarity. Masculine energy is penetrating, it's providing, it's protecting. And this goes to say that that's what I would hope that a lot of men would be leading with that protector energy, providing energy. That is the masculine. Both energies are in all of us, no matter what. No matter the gender, it doesn't matter, because you can, like I said before, you can lead with feminine energy and be a man. You can lead with masculine energy and be a woman. But the idea here is to create balance between the two, because that's what's going to make you feel more whole. We have to integrate both. Section 2. Signs you're out of balance. When you're too far in your masculine, you're constantly doing. You have no ability to relax and sit down and chill out. You're constantly doing and doing and doing. Burnout. You want to take control of everything. You overthink everything. You're very disconnected from your body and your feelings. And you can kind of tell based on your daily life, what is it that you're doing? Give yourself an idea. Are you too far in your masculine? Are you leading with your masculine and not integrating enough feminine? Are you leading with your feminine and not integrating enough masculine? Because you can go too far into each side. When you're too much in your feminine energy, you lack direction. You have no direction. You're very emotional and you don't know how to control your emotions in a way of feeling them, letting them process, and then letting them proceed. It's more like emotional chaos. You have a lot of procrastination. Maybe because of that reason, you're very disorganized. You don't have an ability to kind of figure out what is my next step, because you're so far in your feminine. To truly feel alive, we need that tension with the security, which is a masculine energy, and the mystery, that is the feminine energy. Section 3, tips to balancing both energies. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a container. So this is a little bit more masculine. We're gonna plan our week. And this goes back into my last video that I posted about Sunday energy. Is if you look at the Sunday energy video and you watch it, it'll give you a little bit more insight about what I'm speaking about. However, creating a container and planning your week using structure to plan this week, use it as a supportive tool. Don't use it as a cage. Don't think I absolutely have to do everything on this list, and that's just being too stuck in that masculine energy. When we use the masculine energy and we're planning our week, it clears that clutter. Just like I was speaking about my Sunday video, it clears that clutter in our mind and allows our feminine to flow. So if we plan for the week, we plan for the groceries, what we're gonna wear, what we're gonna do, how we're gonna handle our work week, what day do you have a meeting, what day do you have an interview, what day do you have big things going on, then when everything's laid out, the feminine energy can flow because the masculine is already taking care of everything, and now you know where you need to be, you know what needs to be taken care of. There's no room for that disorganization and that procrastination that happens when you're so far in your feminine, because you allowed your masculine to shine and you allowed that masculine energy to create the plan, create the action. Now, if it's too much to jump into planning so much at one time, start with small increments. Start with a 10-minute morning window where you can get organized in the morning. Start writing your to-do list. You got 10 minutes, figure out what are the most important things that you know you need to get done to get you ahead. And then make sure at those points, those get taken care of. And then the rest of the day, you can lead with your feminine. Let your body lead. And this is more feminine energy. Dance, breathe, take a breath, do some breath work, take a bath. Journal with no agenda. One thing I started doing, I started reading the book called The Artist Way. I'll link it down in the description box below. But in the book, she speaks about doing morning pages every morning. And it's 3 pages of just conscious, like just streaming. Anything that comes to mind. It doesn't matter if it's repetitive. It doesn't matter if it makes no sense. The whole point is that when you're journaling with no intention and you're just filling up those 3 pages, it gets that mental clutter out. And now I have room for creativity. I have room for more flow. I have room to think about other things instead of all the mess and chaos that was going on in my brain. So I would definitely advise for anybody listening who wants to start morning pages from here on out, 3 pages, just write. The feminine speaks through sensation and emotion and intuition. And with all of these different examples for the feminine, romanticize your rituals. Even the smallest of shifts can romanticize your rituals and make you feel so much more in your feminine. Turn your ordinary things into something so sacred. Alternate action and surrender. With this, if you're really having a hard time creating this balance and allowing your feminine and your masculine to just work in tandem together, do this. Work in the morning, take your 10-minute ritual, get yourself set up, get yourself some time to work. Then schedule yourself a break to just sit there, just rest. Don't be on your phone, don't do anything like that, just connect with nature, maybe take some breaths, do a little bit of a breath work, push and then receive. Speak and then listen. It's this yin and yang type of thing that we need to integrate both of them together. A couple things I want to mention is that the feminine doesn't mean passive. It means receptive. And the masculine doesn't mean aggressive. It means clear. The integration is spiritual. Wholeness is the goal, not perfection. You just start checking in with yourself daily. Ask yourself, this would be more of a masculine approach, but what do I need to feel held today? And then for a more feminine question, what do I need to feel expressed today? This is going to bring both energies into your life, and it's going to bring it in without effort, just pure awareness, which is exactly what we need. I'd like to take a moment to talk directly to the single moms. With us, I know it's a little difficult at times because we have to, and we've had to, depending on how many kids you have, how long you've been in this role for, if you're the oldest of the family, or you've had to jump into the role of kind of leading and taking, the kids and giving them examples and showing them, raising children, being your own head of household. You really are the provider and the protector. You really do have to lead in your masculine energy. First of all, you're doing the work for 2 people. So you deserve the world, you deserve everything. I believe us as humans, we deserve the world, we deserve everything that we desire. But I know how difficult it is to be a single mom and to have to lead with that masculine energy. Tips for single moms balancing this feminine and masculine energy. A couple things that you'll need is structure that feels supported. Creating simple routines that really help with allowing that masculine to be this idea. Systems that support your nervous system, systems that don't stress you out. So I've seen multiple systems that are created, and whether it's a chore system, you know, a meal, like a list of meals that you're gonna have for that week, just basically giving you an idea of where things should go, where things should be, and it gives you the structure. And if you support the structure and you put into action this structure, then the kids will follow along, and it won't be so, you need to do this and you need to do that. Morning checklists, evening resets, like I said, meal plans. These are masculine energies that are going to hold the feminine energy in safety. Let your masculine energy be more like an anchor and not a pressure. When you feel as if you're running out of time or you have no time, that's when these systems and this masculine energy really does need to step up to the plate and start to cultivate these systems to support you. Because when you're feeling like you have no time and you just like feel scattered and you're not sure what's going on, that's when you need it most. And that's when those systems are going to support you. And you can utilize them as the best tools that you have. And when it comes to the feminine side of it, a big thing here is to utilize many micro moments of femininity with nourishment. Take 5 minutes out of your day to nourish yourself with feminine energy. Before you go to sleep, put perfume on just for you. Stretch and breathe while your children are being occupied. Put their favorite show on, let them sit down with maybe a little snack, and take that 5 minutes for yourself to stretch and feel connected to your body. Like I said before, dance in the kitchen. Dance while you're making the food. It'll make the food taste better anyways because it's made with love and joy and feminine energy. It's gonna feel good and it's going to be part of that nourishing moment for yourself. Speak affirmations when you're putting on your makeup. If you have a 5-minute makeup routine or you just wake up and brush your teeth and put a lip gloss, then tell yourself affirmations. Tell yourself affirmations while you go to the bathroom. Tell yourself and your children, get them into affirmations. Take this moment to really get present with yourself and speak these affirmations aloud. Turn ordinary moments into portals of magic. When it comes to being a single parent or just being a busy woman in general, we would love it, but we don't need a whole spa day. The feminine energy just wants to be heard. She wants to be seen. She wants to be felt. So which brings me to another point. Let's have our feminine energy be felt and not just seen. You don't need to perform any femininity. You don't need to perform anything. You just need to feel it. Feel your bodies even in small ways. During these stressful moments or moments you feel maybe a little disconnected, maybe you're feeling a little aggressive, you're feeling a little irritated, and you put your hand on your heart, your hand on your womb, and you take 3 deep breaths and you become extremely present in your body, it's going to take you out of that head thought of masculinity and it's going to put you directly into your body in your feminine energy. And cry and laugh. Feel it when it's needed. Pleasure, presence, it's all allowed. Release the guilt around rest and receiving. You're allowed to receive support even if you've been the giver for years. You're allowed to receive this. Lean on community, ask your friends, ask your family, ask people for help. Give yourself permission to do less. Rest is not weakness, it's regeneration. The more you pour into yourself, the more overflow that you have for everyone else, including your children. You're allowed to have a self. You're allowed to be a self, your own self, and not just have a title or a role as mom. So thank you so much for listening to this and watching my video. If you enjoyed it, tell me in the comments what you liked about it, and let's have a conversation. I absolutely love the idea of balancing your masculine and feminine energy. As someone who was very masculine dominant in my life, I've been able to cultivate a really good balance between the two, and I wanted to share. So don't forget to get your copy of my book right here. It's called Full of Yourself, a guide to becoming your most audacious self. I will link it in the description box below. And I am taking on new clients for hypnotherapy, so my Instagram is right here on the screen. If you have any questions, just DM me there and I will give you any answers or any information that you might need. So again, thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate the love and support, and until next time, bye.